Hey, what's up, guys? So ironically, Diamond Warrior dropped a room, but so did Jarhead. So I was going to go against either one of them anyway. So my plan didn't work out as I'd hoped, but let's just take a look at Diamond Warrior. So Diamond Warrior is almost 130 mil, nearly 3.9 mil STP, and here are my stats. This is what I have on defense, so not much has changed from Trial 1, other than I took out Phoenix because I'm not sure that it does any better than just having the 4-piece mercs in there with Bishop. The rest of the rooms are pretty much the same, except I took out Weaver in room 6 because Weaver may be more needed on offense. And so here's Diamond Warrior's defense. So for room 1, my thought is to use Tangle Web, Eternals with Big Time Spider-Man. I'm giving a lot of thought to using Skrull and Apoc with a 3-piece hive mind on 2. We'll see. I'm giving that, like I said, I'm giving that some thought. Maybe Cabal OR Emma, but I could do Cabal Apoc Emma on 3. Most likely full Superior 6 on 4. I think Secret Defenders Vulture on 5. And then Massive Evil Doom on 6. So I got my attacks in, and I was in Updog's voice chat. And so Darth and I went in and we started doing some attacks. And there was a lot to learn from these rooms. So I didn't one-shot them all. I thought I could. It looked possible. But as you'll see with the replays here, they are formidable teams, and it took some unique counters on many of them to make sure that I could just clear the rooms. I could clear them all. So for room 1, I think this is pretty straightforward. I'm not sure if there needs to be any change when Sasquatch is in. I'm sure he brings a little bit more to the table than Colossus, but they're somewhat similar tunes in how they work with these teams, with the exception that Sasquatch is going to be a pre-taunt. But ideally, I think you just want to go in and play this, and you want to put your focus on North Star as quick as you can to maybe get a stun, and then move in on Guardian. And I think if you can take care of those two, you'll have time to get to Wolverine before he gets to his ult. So just Tangle Web, Eternals, and I liked Nova in this one because of the damage Nova brings. But let's take a look. So this room is really challenging. You have Nightcrawler, X-23, and Black Knight. And my thought was, hey, you're just going with a Skrull and Apoc, and you're going to be able to just walk right through this. But it is complex, and it's not an easy room to beat. And I think what happens is if you get to the point where X-23 actually takes her turn, you've taken so much damage from Nightcrawler and Black Knight that, and at that point, Old Man Logan, you're going to be in trouble. So the counter that was figured out here, still using Apoc and Skrull with the 3-piece hive mind, that actually was Updog. He came up with this. So this is what I'm going to call Updog Special. And I'm going to post it in a few chats, and that's what I'll call it. And I'll timestamp it so you guys can go right to this fight. But it's a counter that will be only for this specific team. And there may have been one or two misplays because it's the first time we're doing it. I think the key thing is we did go in on Old Man Logan with the Skrull special. Probably should have hit the Black Knight with that special. And there was another misplay. I think it could have been Titanium Moonstone. You guys will see it there too. And that should have been probably played on Black Knight, and this would have gone a lot smoother for more efficiency. So this counter has a lot of potential. If you do need to use your Cabal somewhere else, say on a Mephisto, you would be able to take this room out with this team here. This room is pretty self-explanatory. It's Cabal. I was able to actually take my entire Cabal to G19 today. And so I started D7, so I feel pretty good about that. And just going in with OR and Zemo, and you guys can just see the results here. And the battle is pretty quick. But let's just take a look. And so here, this is just Secret Defenders. Secret Defenders works really well against this Spider Society. This particular match, there were no G19s. There are a lot of diamonds, but I have quite a few diamonds on mine as well. So it was a balanced attack, a slight punch up in a sense, but it was a balanced attack on this team here, and it went very smoothly. I think the key thing to keep in mind is that if the newer tunes, the 3 new ones, have G19 and your Secret Defenders do not, and that will be the main 3 there, then I think you're going to have a problem. But let's just take a look to see how this battle goes. This is the Sears counter here. And New Warriors and Hive Mind is actually a really good counter. And I misplayed it the same way he misplayed it. I watched the video and I remember him saying you're going to use daggers basic, but I was in the chat, so I didn't really hear the counter as I should. But you'll get to a point where you're going to get the dagger's turn, and that's where you're going to use her special onto the Carnage. Otherwise, you're going to play this out normally up until you get to her turn as you normally would, and you're going to just keep a focus on Carnage because that's the key tune you want to get rid of in this particular counter. If you use anything else except the Dazzler's basic when it becomes her turn on Carnage, then the team is going to explode. They're going to ignite and take off, and they're going to crush the new warriors. So just keep that in mind. But let's just take a look. And so, room 6, I was very sure that this Massive Evil with Doom would work. And I have Zugs here, and that's because I have Absorber Man on defense. But I was very confident this would work. It didn't. Gambit G19 3 Diamond pinged my G19 3 Diamond Kang to death. Kang was dead before he got to his ult. And so, well, take that back. I used Kang's special turn 1, so Kang didn't make it to his second turn. And that changed up what I was planning to do. Fortunate or unfortunate, because as I was trying to come up with a counter for room 2, I couldn't think of anything, and that's how Updog came up with the, hey, use your Massive Evil 3-piece with Apoc and Skrull. And I'm not sure anything else that I had left over at that time would have worked. So even though I dropped this room, it was for the best, because I probably wouldn't have cleared room 2 without the Massive Evil 3. And don't make light work of a G19 Phoenix. In most cases, I think you want Phoenix small so she would die, and then Forge would take off. But a really strong Phoenix can be a problem for your team. And just be conscious of that if you whatever you're going with. But the Superior 6, it was pretty much a routine battle in the sense of how you go about playing it. You just have to still be careful so that you don't ignite anybody before their time. But I think it went very smoothly. But let's just take a look. So the results are in, guys. And the surprise here is that my opponent did drop an attack. So let's just take a look to see where that happened. So in room 1, he went in with full Superior 6 and got great efficiency. So clearly I need to go ahead and put Spider Society back together, the full team. And here he used Cabal, so that's to be expected. This room gave him some problems. So I'm going to keep this room the same. And this is where he got hung up, and he still got low efficiency. So I'm going to keep this room the same. As well as this is where he uses Apoc, and he has a lot of diamonds on this entire team. So he got good efficiency here. And I think this is a good use of his Tangled Web. So I may do some minor adjustments to Blackwater. And he was able to use new warriors here. And the whole point of this room was that they were not supposed to really use new warriors here. So I'm definitely going to pull this team because he got great efficiency at that. So that's it for this one, guys. Going down 0-2. And so hopefully this last trial here, I can at least salvage it with the win. Okay, chat later.